Yo, this might actually be better than Alfredo 1.
All right, we
Okay.
can transition. Welcome, welcome. I'm Rossi. This is TMC Guy, and welcome to the Music Corner, where we are doing a review of
Alfredo 2. Deuces.
by by the Alchemist and Freddie Gibbs. Now, given my thoughts on this album, firstly,
I think maybe let's do
overall,
like a quick maybe let's do like a quick background. Because I have like a quick background. Then I
yeah,
think
yeah,
we can talk
basically,
to the first, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, so
basically,
so yeah.
because okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, just a quick background. Yeah, Alfredo 2, the much anticipated sequel to the Grammy nominated Alfredo 1, one of the best rap albums of the 2020s. The first one serving as a concise, sharp, soulful, cinematic, mafioso, crime, drama album. This first album elevated Freddie to being one of the most respected and skilled rappers of this generation, and made Alchemist one of the most sought after producers in the game right now. And quite frankly, for myself, it made him one of my favorite rap producers of all time. Top 10 for me easily. So yeah, Rossi, what are your thoughts on the album? What did you think of this latest release from Freddie and Al?
All right. Now, given the album in itself, I see it as a return to form from Freddie Gibbs, especially given that You Only Live Once and Soul separately sort of underperformed towards the expectations that we would normally get from a Freddie Gibbs. This album is a breath of fresh air, is what I'd like to call it. Great
I agree.
production, great delivery, great vocals. Overall, a great album, but we'll get more into the album. But the TMZ guy, give me your thoughts on what you thought about this project here.
Okay, I totally agree on like what you said. It kind of felt like after Alfredo 1, there might have been like a bit of a slump in his discography. Soul separately wasn't that bad, but it's like nah, it's no Alfredo, it's no Bandana, it's definitely no Piñata. So like I definitely do agree with Alfredo 2. It feels like Freddie Gibbs is back quality wise. So yeah, for me, on first impression, like I really thought the album maintained like the essence of the first one, you know what I mean? I feel like if you would put both albums into like a playlist, maybe shuffle them or maybe not or something, maybe you could just play one album after the other, like the flow of the album would feel seamless, you know. It really feels like with the production style, the rapping style, the essence of Alfredo 1 was carried over and maintained in Alfredo 2. Like I really feel like the Alfredo series as a rap album series already has like its own very unique feel to it. You know what I mean? Like it's the production, it feels very distinct from other like rap album series. I feel like it already is actually one up there with like one of the best like as one of the best rap album series ever. Like up there with like the College Trilogy by Kanye, up there with like the only Bill for Cuban Links albums by Raekwon. So yeah, for me, it's already up there as being one of the best rap album series of all time. Like it sounds very distinct too. It really feels like a cross between like luxury rap and mafioso gangster rap. I really feel like when I listen to this album, I've reached like the upper echelons of the crime boss life, and like I'm like a successful mob boss or something, you know, like I'm Pablo Escobar, or even Al Capone or something. Like I gave it, yeah, yeah. Like I remember like when I first listened to it on Friday, I gave it the whip test, and like dude, I felt like I was on like on the way to like a meeting for like an underground meeting for like mob bosses or something like, and I was just going to just to like my mundane, you know, 9 to 5 electrical engineering job, but it felt like I'm actually going to like commit crimes, talk about selling drugs to people or whatever. It just has that mafia feel to it for me. So like yeah, on first listen for me, actually I feel like on first listen I like this more than the first listen of Alfredo 1. Alfredo 1 did kind of grow on me, but on this one, Alfredo 2, I'm like, yeah, this is definitely an album of the year contender for me. And like yeah, actually multiple times I find myself thinking like, is this actually better than the first one? So yeah, I feel like on first impression, that's what I thought. But what did you think about it on first listen?
Yeah, great reaction from myself when I first listened to the album. It stuck on repeat for the whole day. I'm not going to lie. It's bringing me closer to my rapper fantasy or me wanting to be a rapper in terms of the storytelling that it sort of has with this album. Now, not as authentic as the first one, in my opinion, it still delivers a great story and a great background with what it brings cohesively and individually towards the songs. They are vastly different in terms of the production level. Despite it only coming from the Alchemist, you would have some songs that are more mellowed down, they're more smooth, more digestible, where you have others that are a bit more fast paced and have this crime mob boss vibe where you're, negotiating a deal or about to deal drugs or you're about to drop bodies. Who knows what you guys do on that sort of timing? I hope you all keep safe. We just have a good listen, but regardless of that, the listen was amazing. It's a seamless album. I really enjoy the production from The Alchemist, and it hit flawlessly on this regard. Now, I do want to pinpoint a couple of things that did come through from the album here, and I want to start off with the production firstly. I really want to give praise here to the Alchemist in terms of what he was able to bring from this album, especially given from the a high bar he set with Alfredo 1. It seems that he never lost a step coming with Alfredo 2, and him collaborating with a lot of artists does make him hone his skills a lot better. He's been in the game for more than a decade now. I think it's almost 20 years, if I'm not mistaken, but for a long time. And it seems that he's been killing it nonstop. No exceptions made on Alfredo 2. Everything goes well. There are some very big highlights on this song, especially in terms of the production, such as Shangri that has that. And it's just awesome. But the music guy, please tell me, what do you think of the production on this album?
Yeah, yeah. But I think actually I was. I think he started in the 90s. I think because I think you said you think he's been on for like 20 years. I think he might have started out in the 90s. Yeah, but I feel like he's just been more prominent like in this decade and like the previous decades.
For sure.
But yeah, I guess yeah. I guess just to touch on the production, like you said, like I really love the mafia film noir aesthetic of the album. You know, I thought like it was carried over really well into this album from the first one. It really helps like immerse you into this crime drama world that Al and Freddie built, or Gangster Kane as like his name is in the Alfredo series. And this time it's set in Japan. So Freddy is involved with the Yakuza. This time around, he's pretty much like a worldwide global criminal essentially now. And I love how this Japanese setting makes itself apparent in the album. Like not just from the ramen noodles like on the album cover and stuff, but in the production and lyrical content as well. Also the conversations in between songs with Freddie and L and with the Yakuza and those song transitions, they really help with the world building of the album because you hear them speaking Japanese and stuff. So you're like, okay, this is obviously in Japan. And also like Mara Lago, the song, it sounds so serene and makes me feel like I should be chilling at like one of those dojos in Japan, like by a still river under like a Japanese maple tree practicing martial arts or something like that. Just the production, like on it, it really, really does feel Japanese inspired. And then when it comes to like the other songs, the beat from 1995 is one of the most sonically interesting songs on the album for me because I just love like the various elements of the production. Like you know, it feels like they all come together so well and so well and kind of help build the beat of the song. Like I really like that cool guitar, that looped guitar riff in the second part of the song. I really like the bass line as well in the song. I really love that vocal sample in the first half of the track. I really like yeah, it's like you know all of those elements. Like I like all of those elements of the song. It's like there's no pitfall in the entire production of 1995. Just like you could point to like okay, I like this I like this part of the production. I like that part of that part of the production. That's my favorite part of the production. Like every single thing just like works so well together. Just fits so cohesively for me when it comes to the album. And then yeah, it's just a really well crafted beat for me, quite frankly. And then
Of
I
course, of
guess
course. Yeah, of course.
sorry.
And just to add to what you have also stated in terms of the lyrics, which is what I wanted to jump to next. Not only do we get this whole crime mob boss vibe from Freddie and his delivery, as well as with the features, which I'd like to give more praise towards Jid, in my opinion. But the features are pretty good, in my opinion, from what was given from Anderson Park and from Larry Jr. as well. But to highlight on Freddie specifically, not only Like I said, that he invoked this mob boss type of feeling, but you also sort of got a bit of vulnerability from him from a lot of tracks that he brought into the album as well. It sort of taps into Freddie as not just, a hard ass rapper, but maybe a hard ass rapper with a bit of a soft side. You mean? I mean, I found myself calling him a simp on one of the songs given on the album. So that's just that's just something that I wanted to point out, and something that invoked within me when I, gave it a listen and I heard what he had to bring forth with the album in itself. But overall, the production, the lyrics, even the structure in itself, which you added to, is impeccable. Um, Alfredo One has a run for its money. I'm not gonna lie, but since it's made by the same producer and the same rapper, the cohesiveness together works pretty well. It feels sort of like a continuation in some ways, and I really just enjoyed this lesson. But nonetheless, let's go to the points that we have into the album, your high and your low
Yeah.
moments. Bali, what did you have, or what are your thoughts on that specifically?
Okay, so for me, yeah, just adding on on what you said about, him adding some vulnerability onto the song. I really feel like the song Ensalada is a standout for me, especially in terms of like the vulnerability, especially with Anderson Park's chorus in it and stuff. Like he really does, feel remorseful sort of about, living this crime life and stuff. So I really do agree with that. But yeah, the highest high for me would definitely be the production. The production. The production for me is the best thing about this album. It's just it's freaking like amazing. Just Ensalada is a standard. I just love the piano sample that pops in here and there in that beat. I love that guitar as well in the beat as well. It like with the beat, the guitar that makes up the foundation of the beat essentially. But also the performances of the song itself. Like Anderson Park, like I mentioned earlier, he could be the best feature on the album for me. Like he stood really tall for me in terms of features on this album. Also like yeah, the lyrical content of that song, and it just sounds like the song Empanadas as well. It like probably has the slickest bass line too in the whole album. Like it really sounds like it could be score like a score in Goodfellas, like that Goodfellas movie or something. It really does fit like one of the some of the like it feels like you could put that song in like one of the scenes from Goodfellas. And also love that chipmunk soul sample in the beat as well. And another stand-up production-wise for me was Feeling. Like it's such an elegant air beat, you know what I mean? It's like it just sounds like the background music that could be played at like an expensive hotel or something. And like Larry June is on this. And funny enough, I actually feel like this beat could have ended up on the Great Escape, like that Larry June album with the Alchemist. You know what I mean? It kind of
Yeah,
fits like yeah, like seamlessly onto it. Like it really does give me Great Escape vibes. The beat from Feeling. But I was actually kind of disappointed with this feature though. Like it wasn't horrible, but I guess maybe I wanted more from them. I mean, like since these are two rappers that work so well with Alchemist, I guess maybe I thought maybe Larry June could also like slide so well into this Alchemist and Freddie Gibbs album, but like nah, in terms of features, he was far from being my favorite. And then yeah, I also really like the song I Still Love Her. It's like a nice callback to a Common song, which is called I Used to Love Her with the title. And the keys in that beat sound so sweet. The beat for Gold Feet is so dreamy. Like it's actually just like such a beautiful beat, Gold Feet, bro. Just it sounds like the gates of heaven just opened. Like it's just such a like such a gorgeous, monumentous sounding beat. I love that. I love those descending notes in the beat. I love the chimes. I love that piano in the end of Gold Feet. Like Gold Feet is such a fire beat, bro. And then what else? Yeah, Jean Claude and A Thousand Mountains, like the two closing tracks, they're also pretty good. They also have some pretty fire beats. The latter of which also has like heavy Japanese kung fu movie sounds to it, with that flute that loops in the beat as well. It's also like a nice location setter for the beat. But yeah, I guess those are my standouts. And also, like lyrically, one thing I picked up is that Freddie often references God and how everything is like by his design, and how everything that takes place in the album and all of his actions are part of God's grand design or God's grand plan. The opening line of the album is, "It's the way God planned it." And even in Alfredo one on something to rap about, he says, "God made me sell crack so I would have something to rap about." So when he's smoking his adversaries, like on Lemon Pepper Steppers, he says it's all part of God's grand design. Like but God still gives you free will, so And I kind of see why Freddie might want to shift the blame of his actions onto like maybe a higher power making him do these things, because he does some pretty heinous things on this album. He talks about shooting people in the eye. He talks about burning people or whatever. So like I'm sure he could just be like, yeah, God made me do this or whatever. I'm sure maybe that's why he's doing it, just to like shift the blame. And then he's also on Skinny Shug 2, Skinny Shug 2, yeah, that's the track that he actually talks about like burning people alive or whatever. And it seems like like the Skinny Shug series is gonna be a staple of the Alfredo albums. And so yeah, for me, probably my favorite song on this would be Shangri La. Yeah, it has that film noir type feel to the beat. That subtle vocal sample in the beat is a nice touch too. Plus, Freddie generally rapped his ass off on this album, but I think his flow on Shangri La specifically is a standout for me. Like it might be his best flow on the entire album. And lyrically, it's not the deepest track, sure, I guess. Like he's really just talking about his hoes and shooting people, I guess. But rapping and production wise is probably the best on the album for me. What about you? What are your favorite things about the album?
They follow very similarly to yours. I mean, I gave a lot of praise to the production. I'm not going to stop now. It was amazing. The changes, the seamless changes, the different instruments that were implemented onto the album, the different beats, how some were a bit more upbeat, some were a bit mellow. It just works very cohesively with the album. And my standout songs, one in particular is Lemon Pepper Steppers. I mean, that just the overall vibe of that song just gives me a good feeling despite the shit he's talking about, because he's essentially talking about hoes as if they ain't none. But just me having that experience makes me feel like I can do what he's doing in a way. It gives off that sort of energy that, oh shit, I'm about to get with somebody, so that really stands out. I think my lowest point is also very similar to yours in terms of Larry June's feature, and I want to actually touch upon this. um Larry June, I portray him as more as a rapper that's maybe just woke up or is on some heavy drugs or something. We don't know. But he has this very lazy and relaxed style of rapping, whereas Freddie is a bit more intense. He's a bit more rapid fire. And those things can sort of work in a setting, which sort of surprised me that it didn't really do so. Now, it may be towards Larry June's delivery, because I didn't particularly have any problems on the song Feeling with Freddie Gibbs, but yeah, it was a bit of a disappointment outcome, especially me being a fan of Larry June. It sort of stuck down for me, but overall, I think the MC guy here just summarized everything well in terms of the album in itself. Guys, I really hope that you give the song a listen here. Like I said, in terms of my standout songs, I did include Lemon Pepper Steppers. I mean, there's also 1995. I have to give some recognition to the Shangri-La, Goldfeet. I mean, this track list is just loaded with some absolute bangers that you guys definitely need to check out on this regard. Mbali, should we give a score?
uh, well, I didn't touch on like the things that I didn't like about it, so I think let's do that, and then after that,
Of
we can give
course,
our
go
score.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't have too many cons with this. I guess my least favorite song is Gas Station Sushi for sure. I don't really like Gas Station Sushi. It has the most boring beat on the album for me. Plus, he's really just talking about many of the same things he was talking about in the rest of the album, and his flow is pretty standard too. And like I mean, like that bar where he says, white supremacy been killing niggas, but the truth is we ain't got no love for us. That was a pretty hard bar though. That was the only standout from the song for me, but bars didn't really stand out for me at all. Like otherwise on that track, so I guess that would be my main con for it. But yeah, my pros, yeah, Alchemist stays on his p's and q's, and the production on this is fantastic. It's really good at like world building and tone setting, making you feel like you're in Japan. And the album is really gripping lyrically. It's like a nice gritty crime drama of an album. It feels like you could make a feature length film out of this album actually. But yeah, my only con, I guess, is I guess the Larry June feature didn't meet my expectations, and Gas Station Sushi is quite a lackluster effort for me. It actually could be the worst song in the entire Alfredo series, in my opinion, actually. But yeah, my standout tracks are Shangri La. Shangri La is utter bliss. I love Shangri La, Ensalada, 1995. I still love her, and Gold Feet. Gold Feet. Those are my top five tracks on the album. But yeah, I guess. those are all our thoughts. Like I think yeah, we can give our verdict now. We can rate this album. Rossi, what do you think, bro?
Giving this a A. I'm giving this a straight up A. It delivered very well. Production is something I'm gonna be thinking about for a long time, revisiting this album over and over again. They are a bit, of drops here and there, but not enough to make this, a mid album or just a good album. It's a great album. I really enjoyed it. I'm definitely giving this a A. What about you, MC Guy?
So with me, yeah, I'm feeling like an A plus to an S. Yeah, I'm feeling in that range. So yeah, to be honest, I did really thoroughly enjoy this album. It could definitely be my album of the year so far, and it's an instant classic. To be honest, like the only Freddie album I put above this one for now is Piñata and maybe Alfredo one, but for me, yeah, A plus to an S tier. That's how I'm feeling. So, bro, do you think there'll be an Alfredo three?
Oh, for sure. I mean, the album just came out, so we're yet to see the overall reception of the album. But so far, so good. I mean, it's been banging in our playlist. It's been banging, and a lot of people's playlists. I've been seeing a lot of edits on it. On social media. It seems that we might expect a sequel, and probably sooner rather than later. But who knows? We can only hope. But guys, um, we do thank you for tuning in to our channel here to this video and hearing our thoughts on the album. We highly recommend that you give it a listen and don't forget to give us a follow, hit the subscribe button, like the video, share. We appreciate it, guys, and we'll be back with a lot more content. Just stay tuned. We got something cooked up for y'all. I think you might enjoy it. Bali, any final words you want to put in?
Yeah, just yeah, I guess to the listeners here, what did you guys think? Do you think Alfredo 2 did the original? Do you think it's one of the best rap sequels of all time? Or is it just like another great Freddie Gibbs project? Drop your thoughts in the comment below. Do the things, help support the channel. And yeah, that's it from me. I guess it's a peace out for me, guys.
This has been Rossi and the MC guy signing out from the Music Corner.
Peace.